Welcome to a deck request video. Today we are using Geargia Karakuri. And we are going second because I just want the cards to combo with. And a request was made by K.O.G. Yugi. Wow. What an opening. Not. Necro Valley. Don't use the wave too much, it's not that bad. Nice stuff up. Oh, well, huh. Okay. Come on. So do control the center period. Mandatory economist timing. 1200 attack. Fortunately, this one is 11. I could Dark Hole, but I don't see the point right now if you just get something back. Call of the Hunter will be useless when with Necro Valley up. Attack, of course, because Necro Valley boosts it. Would almost forgot. It's been so long since I played Great Keepers last time. $200 damage and then F. So face up, you can add a Geargia monster from deck to hand. And even though I want to just take Accelerator to summon an Xyz, I don't want to lose Armor's thing. But then again, if I take Excel, I can go to Gigigant X, you can then search for another one. So, yeah, let's just take Excel. And would we have drawn to, like, cards that can be used for it, I could always just search for one of my tuners. But, another Call of the Hunted. Come on! Give me Mystical Space Knife in. I'll just normal summon it since I don't have don't have anything else to summon. Wait a second, I can use Armor's effect and then flip summon it. Armor F. And flip summon, because I haven't manually changed position yet. I didn't realize I could have done this, so in that sense I would have taken something else. Now I can take one of my tuners. Let's take actually one of my synchros. The exact effects here. Especially the Karakuri from a deck. Showing card. Then you can try one launch on the 15th battle position. I would like to do that with armor. So I'll take Beret. No wait, I can only search for Geargia. I was thinking I can search for Karakuri. I can't special summon it either. Fail. Okay, I already normal summoned that accelerator, so I'll take another accelerator. Oh wait, no, I should. No, I can't take Birdman either. Alka, come on, you can only search Geargias with this effing thing. You've used this before, come on. Special summon. Hopefully there's no sullen warning. Over it. Xyz shotgun. This guy. Effect. Sending armor, because would I get a Geargia armor? The Geargia armor that can summon something from the graveyard, I can use that. What it was, like, I'm reading this now again, Gigigant X can actually add from the grave to the hand, but since I'm generally using the like Machina or Gadget decks, Well, that doesn't even matter. I can add from the graveyard. I almost always forget that. Let's see, which one do I want? I think I'll take Strategist. They can also change the battle position, which could be helpful later. I'll take Strategist. I really haven't played against Necro Valley too much lately, have I? Because I now realize that the Geargia thing that I was just talking about won't work, because I can't move armor anywhere with any effect other than its own. Okay. Really, it should be life points and then F, but meh. Resolving getting proper order. I had 2 main questions, so who cares? No one. When this card you control the super battle when opponent is attacking monster and enter your graveyard, you can make a 50%. That's not important for my attack right now. So I'll just direct attack, wait for his next card to draw, then Mind Crush. Because then I won't get to see more cards, and maybe I'll discard more that way as well. Oh fuck, I forgot its name. Keeper that summons something when destroyed by battle. 1000 by 1000. Forgot its name. You just added it. If it's a description where both players agree what card it is, then this can be said. Commandant and Shaman. Okay. Then I'm gonna immediately hit Commandant. Boom. And that gets rid of all their summoning options. Because Shaman can't be special summoned. I don't think. There is a Gravekeeper's update coming up soon. Not too many requests away. Okay. Forget how much defense that thing has. Okay. Can also change your face down battle position, that's good. I don't remember what the card does though, Shaman. Like it protects your spells and traps or something when Necro Valley is up? I don't remember. Ooh, Visionary. Surprised that they run it, but I really like Visionary, especially like before like the Gravekeeper support like Shaman and Nobleman were out. Visionary was my main guy. I used to summon it with Magician's Circle, because original attack is 2000, so I could do that. Normal summon Nishipashi, and then Synchro, but I kind of want to add something like another Geargia XL, and then do it. Like if I use it as Synchro material, I won't get the XL effect. That won't be too much of a problem. No, I'll say first Nishipashi, because then I can still Geargia. I don't have to Synchro immediately. I want to change that thing's battle position because I don't remember what it does. I think its attack is weaker. It's actually not. 200 defense for each Gravekeeper's monster in the grave. Well, it doesn't gain that anymore. The thing stays at 2000. Monster effects activate in the graveyard, except the graveyard when your opponent cannot activate field spell cards, you cannot card effects. I don't have MC to destroy that anyway. That thing's at 2000. I should be good. Alright, then I'm actually gonna use the Gigant F. I'm gonna go like this. And then add the third XL. I could have actually gone for Birdman, but no, that actually wouldn't be a good idea, I think. Wouldn't actually matter because they have equal attack. Anyway, I can special summon it because I have another Excel. And then I'll Synchro Shokan into Bure. Alright. Looks like I just had the cards to beat you, I guess. Well, that did show off a good amount of my deck. Let's see what I would have done. I would have gone to my deck. And I would have summoned... once per turn I can target a monster on the field, change its battle position. I don't really want to do that right now. Although I do have an idea for later. I'd summon Saizon. Then I'd synchro with Excel and Saizon to summon this guy. This guy's effect will then special summon another Karakuri from my deck. I wanted to summon Nishipachi, unfortunately I can't do that. But then I'd just summon Saizon. I could still go Saizon and Beret into Star Eater, I guess. Then I'd use Beret's effect on Saizon, switch to attack, Beret does effect, draw a card. Upstart Goblin. Would play, draw. Geargia wouldn't be able to do much with that. They'd gain 1,000. Although really I should just be going for the OTK now. But it'd be smarter. 26, 6. This thing is 32. Doesn't really matter. Do we know what he has in his hand? Yeah, Visionary. So really I could just Saizon and Beret and just attack. Yeah. I guess that's what I would have done. Right, I will see you in the deck profile, which I will be recording in just a bit. A few seconds for you. Bye. Deck profile! Let's go! If you don't remember, in case you're one of the new subs as well, after a deck profile, I always immediately give after the deck request, the duel video of the deck request that I always do the deck profile in the second part of the video. Let's go. Geargia Karakuri. 3 Geargia Accelerator. Once you have one of your Geargias out, you special summon this. Generally, it'll be like Arsenal or Armor. Special summon this, you immediately get your rank 4 XCs. Very nice to get your combo up to speed. You can search for new Armor, for new Arsenal, for new Accelerator, for one of your Karakuri tuners, and even for Birdman. So that's very nice. I'm talking about Geargia contacts, because that's generally what you'll go into. 3 Geargianos, mostly there to work with Geargia gear. Unfortunately, this card is now at 1. Was at 3 before, obviously, as with any other card, except 6th Sense. But this card on its own, this strap on its own, immediately makes pretty much rank 4 XCs. So I do want to run 3 Geargianos, because in case let's say I run only 2, let's say I only run 2 MK2s, and I draw into one of them, then Geargia gear becomes immediately not useful anymore. So I run 3, 2 MK2, one regular. I feel that MK2 is more useful, but regular can be useful. So I do prefer one, like MK1 if you want to call them that, over number. No, I prefer MK2 over number 1. 3 Geargia Armor is the searcher for the deck. It is very helpful because you can reset it with its effect, and then flip summon it. Get another effect. If it's attacked, it flip face up, not if flip summoned. So also when it's attacked while face down, you saw that in the video I can search. Something that should be noted, a ruling that some people don't seem to understand is, this is generally for people who are quite well into rulings, but those people know that certain effects that apply to a monster, when that monster flip face down, the effect stops applying. So when, let's say, the monster flip face down by Book of Moon and then flip summoned again, that effect doesn't apply anymore. Some people felt like there's the like once per turn, you can manually change a monster's battle position once per turn. However, no, that's clear. So, but let's say you have Geargia Armor, yeah? You have it in face-up defense position because the opponent attacked into it last turn. Now you'd want to use its effect, flip it face down, and then flip summon it to get its effect again. That's good. But then some people thought, and I actually was wondering about this too when I first saw the card, and then I was rethinking about Guardian Sphinx and Golden Sentry cards like that, or that are similar. can you then use the once per turn effect again? Because it was face down. Does that reset? Generally, setting will reset such effects. However, the resetting effects from Guardian's Wings, Golem Sentry, Geargia Armor, they don't. You cannot keep setting. Although, keep setting, you wouldn't be able to flip summon it a second time because that's just still game mechanics. You can only manually change battle position once per turn. But you'd still prefer Geargia Armor to be in face down defense than in face up attack for multiple reasons. But I guess that's a little ruling lesson. But Geargia Armor, an amazing searcher. I really like it. Geargia Arsenal, I believe I mentioned this in the video, is also sort of the Lone Fire Blossom of the deck. It's already, due to its effect, at 1700 attack on its own, which is pretty good. But you contribute it to special summon a Geargia from your deck in defensive position. Generally, that's going to be armor, so you can just flip it face down with its effect. And then starting the following turn, you can just go and search with it. Birdman is generally used with Accelerator. Other cards do, but generally Accelerator. Let's say you have one Geargia Armor face up on the field. You summon Accelerator with its effect because you control a face of Geargia. Return it to the hand to special summon Birdman, and then just special summon Accelerator again because you still control that Geargia. And then you can Synchro, and then you still have your armor on the field, which is very nice. Then for the Karakuris, I have 2 Strategist, Nishipachi, and 2 Watchdog Saizon. Level 3, level 4. This thing has an effect that I feel is generally more useful. You saw that in the video as well. This one, not as much. But they're really there just to be tuners. And they can be decent defenses, 1600, 1800. But they're generally there just to be tuners. You can special summon them through like these guys' effects. But let's say like we have the thing we talked about before. We have 1 armor, then 1 accelerator, 1 Birdman. Birdman goes with Accelerator, goes into Beret. Beret then summons Watchdog. Watchdog synchros with armor into Beredo. Beredo then summons another Nishipachi. Maybe. And then like they can see what you want, and the Nishipachi can change the battle position, or Beret can because it still can do that, and then Beredo can draw a card. There's quite a lot of things you can do with it. Book of Moon, Dark Hole, Raigeki. They're for multiple reasons, because they're good cards, but because Necrons is a thing right now, and you have that thing called the Jin Lock with Necrons of Clazolas. If you can't Synchro, there's no way in this deck to really get over that, because the thing will also be in defense, and Mirror Force won't work either. So, Book of Moon to flip it face down to stop the block. Dark Hole, Raigeki, and also Ring of Destruction, and even Compulsory Evacuation Device can get rid of it. They're not all there just for that. They're generally just good cards as well, but very important against the Jinlock that you do have some outs. 2 Mystical Space Typhoon. This deck hates things like Vanity's Emptiness. Lose 1 turn, I guess. But there's a lot of trying to find the term, can't find it. A lot of traps that can be annoying, like Vanity's Emptiness, like lose 1 turn, quite a lot of other stuff. Skill Drain, that stop this deck. Sure, Vanities and Skill Drain are all at 1, but they are really deadly to the deck. So having Mystical Space Typhoons to get rid of them is really good. So really, like, I have the 3rd one in my side deck because I was considering it. I really just should throw it in because it just really stops your deck. Now in this duel you saw Necro Valley. I wanted to destroy it, but to make Call of the Haunted useful, because that can help keep Synchro plays going. But like, I didn't need it. I already won without, which is very nice. Soul Charge to get stuff back from the grave. Get a lot of Synchro plays going. Sure, you can't attack that turn, but with some effects and with some things to play, like you can make so many moves. And then if you can end with a level 8 Synchro, let's say with Armor and Watchdog, you can end whether it's on your turn or, well, yeah, if it's on your turn, you can end with a Stardust Dragon. So if they have something like Dark Hole, like Raigeki, or even Mirror Force, like when it's still your turn, you can still attack. You can just play Stardust and defend yourself. So that's a nice ending play. Upside Goblin, because this deck quite focuses on its combo plays quite a lot. So I just wanted to get those combo plays in, so I pretty much made it a 37 card deck by placing the 3 Upside Goblins. I still don't like the 1000 life points thing that you give your opponent. I really don't. Quite a few times I've run decks with Upstart, and then the 3000, or at least the 1000 or 2000 that you give the opponent made the difference. but I can definitely see the use in Upstart, and I feel it's still good in the deck, so I do use it. Call of the Haunted brings back a lot of cards, can keep your synchro plays going. Let's say you end with a Beredo and a Beret and an Ishipachi, or a strategist if you want to call it that. You can play Call of the Haunted, bring back your, I don't know, your armor, and then synchro into another Beret, and then summon another Watchdog, and then maybe go into Star Eater, or maybe just overlay the two Berets into Dracosac. There's really a lot of things possible. Compulse to get rid of various monsters, including Clausolis for the Genlock, Xyz monsters, the Synchro monsters, just completely get rid of them. Geargia Gear, went over this before, works with Geargianos and makes them level 4, making them immediately able to summon Gigant X. Can summon others as well, but generally you want to go to this guy. Excuse me. 3 Mind Crush, because a lot of the top decks these days search, and even if they don't search, you can still have a pretty good guess as to what they have. Mirror Force to destroy things. Mirror Force is a very strong card, so I didn't really see why not run it if you have the space for it. Ring of Destruction can really get rid of anything. They don't even need to attack for it, like with Mirror Force. It also inflicts some damage. Sure, it inflicts damage to you, which is a negative side, but this can get rid of annoying monsters in defense position, for example, like the Clausolis we referred to earlier. Solemn Warning, generally a good card, and Vanity's Emptiness as well. Sure, like your deck does, like this deck does play a lot with synchro, so you don't want Vanity face up when you haven't made your synchro plays yet. What you generally want is you want to have Vanities face down already, then you make your synchro plays, then you flip Vanities. If you have a lot of things ready for your synchro plays and your Vanities face down, but the opponent is about to make like big special summon plays, you could play Vanity's Emptiness, but know that you won't be able to summon a lot yourself. So in that sense, you may want to hold back a bit with your Emptiness, and then play it after you're done. Extra deck wise, I do run 1 level 6 Geargia Guardian. You'll barely ever go into it, but there's a chance you'll have either a Strategist or Birdman with one of the Geargianos. In that sense, I feel Geargia Guardian is the most useful right now. It also gives you more monsters that you can maybe synchro with in the future if you have one of the other tuners. Black Rose Dragon, you still don't go into it too often, but it's a very good level 7, and it just completely destroys the opponent's field. Can get rid of a lot of monsters, a lot of cards. Exciton Knight actually does that as well. I should add that to the I'm considering to use these cards. Yeah, Black Rose is there. Beret is really just a card you'll go into a lot, part of your combo. You can, if it's synchro summon, you can special summon a Karakuri from your deck. So you can summon a Watchdog or a Strategist to summon more, and then do the same with Beredo, and then even like combo their second effects together. Really, already went over Stardust Dragon. Star Eater is a card you can go into with Watchdog and Beret, or Birdman or Strategist with Beredo. Can defend itself quite nicely. Abyss Dweller is in there because there's quite a lot of cards these days that activate in the graveyard. Necros stuff. Like their spell, the spell, like the Necros visual spells, the Shadows. Stellar Knight's not really. Burning Abyss. They do activate in the graveyard, so Abyss Dweller can be very useful against those. I just see myself barely ever summoning Dweller, not just in this, but general. So I'd probably take it out, maybe, but then again, it's generally useful. I personally just don't go into it a lot. If it's just my style of play, or the fact that I've just not faced a lot of decks that have done that, or when I did, gotten to the play where Abyss Dweller was just optimal. I don't know, I just don't play it a lot. Dagusto Emerald can shuffle some of your, especially you want to summon these guys back to keep your synchro plays going. That's about it. Castell to help get rid of some monsters. Number 101 can be useful for that as well. Castell has some other ways to play with as well. Castell on Arc does need it to be special summoned and in attack position. Castell doesn't actually need that. It just needs, for its first effect, it to be any face-up. No, it needs to be a face-up monster, and the second effect just needs to be a face-up card. It just needs to be face-up, not an attack position, not special summon, not even necessarily a monster for the second effect. Gigant X, you'll go into it a lot. You definitely want 2, maybe even 3, but I feel 2 is good. Once per turn, you can add a machine type level 4 lower from deck to hand, or even from grave, which I often forget. We have Dracosac in case you end with 2 Beret. You can do a lot of synchro plays and maybe attack with it and then overlay him into Dracosac for defense. If you end with 2 Burrito, you can overlay them into Falgran, because Falgran can defend itself quite nicely as well. For side deck, it's not a proper side deck, it's just cards I've considered. Mystical Space Typhoon to help destroy some other things, like, as I said, Vanity, Skill Drain, there's a lot of things that can really mess this deck up. Mirror Force, because it's just very strong. Clearwing Synchro Dragon, I built this deck just before Crossed Souls came out. Went for TCG. Clearwing Synchro Dragon is definitely a possibility. So if I find that I just never use Abyss Dweller or never use Star Eater, I could throw this in, because it's a very good card. Also against Necrons, because they do have quite a lot of effects, like there's Necros of Valkyries, Necros of Trishula. They're all level 5 or above, so Clearwing Synchro Dragon when on the field can stop that. Yeah, it needs to be an effect that activates on the field, so unfortunately Synchro Dragon cannot stop a Valkyrus coming from the hand. Although, does Valkyrus target? Just checking. Negate the attack and the battle phase. It affects the monster, it doesn't target, otherwise it would have said so. So yeah, Clearing Synchro Dragon can't stop the hand effect of Valkyrus. All our Arc went over this. Exciter Knight, another a rank 4 option, but does quite about the same as Black Rose, just not completely. And then Gaga Cowboy, because it's somewhat of a staple, you just barely go into it, so if you don't really have a lot of space for rank 4s, you don't really run Cowboy that often. At least I don't. But it could be useful, like that final bit of 800 damage. You barely ever use the attack effects, but it could be useful at times, I guess. Alright, that was the Geargia Karakuri deck. I hope you enjoyed. Please leave in the comments some suggestions, maybe to improve the deck, or just general opinions of the deck. If you liked it, if you feel it'll help you, if you're going to use it yourself, if you tested the deck, let me know the results. I'm interested to know that as well. Alright, I'll just see you in the next Yugi video, which will be up tomorrow. Bye.